We are at the Motor City Comic Con looking at some great TV toys, and I'm here with Rich, right?
Yeah.
Hi there, Rich. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How many shows like this do you do a year?
This year we've only done, this is the first show we've done in 2015.
Okay. And I see you got some great stuff that's related to TV shows. Gilligan's Island by Figures Toy Company. How long have these been out?
I'd say 6 months, maybe a year tops. They're relatively new figures.
Okay, and how many different ones are there right now? I see Gilligan and I see the Skipper.
I think that's it at the moment. They're seeing how those do. They've got the Batman line out, as you can see. That's from the original series, and there's quite a few more of them. You've got Batman, Robin, Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson. There's an Egghead one that was Vincent Price.
Yes.
You've got Cesar Romero, the Riddler's in there.
Okay.
There's quite a few more of them.
Okay. Oh, and look at Wonder Woman. That's the retro-looking
Yep, that's
Wonder Woman.
from the Mego line from back in the 70s.
Beautiful. I've got the original of that. Evel Knievel I see over here. My cousin had the Evel Knievel, the original, when we were kids, and you had that too?
I grew up with that. I grew up in Evel Knievel. He was a hero of mine when I was a child. I have this one, and I have the other one, that one.
Oh my gosh.
And then I have the retro ones.
There were variations.
Yeah, there's also 12-inch ones on the end of one of the end caps.
By Figures Toy Company is
Yep.
this again? Wow,
Yeah.
they're doing some great stuff right now.
Figures does the Kiss figures. They did all the new Mego lines. They've got some monsters I believe they're getting ready to put out. The Three Stooges.
Cool. Oh my gosh.
So Figures
And they
has
did
got
Dallas too.
Yes.
Dallas and Dukes of Hazzard.
Dallas, Dukes of Hazzard. I know there's a few others I can't think of off the top of my head, but
And how do they sell? Like, what is the best seller of these so far that you've seen, would you say?
probably the 60s Batman. A lot of people like that. There's a Batmobile that you can put them in, and so I think those are going pretty well.
And I see we've even got some Big Bang Theory over here too.
Yeah, that's a different company altogether. That's Biff Bang, but they've put them out. They've got a special set from when they went to the Renaissance Festival.
Nice. Okay. And what is the name of your company, Rich?
Big Ben's Comics Oasis. We're in Allen Park.
Allen Park. So you're here locally.
Yep.
And do you have a website?
Let me double check this. It's www.comicsoasis.com.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for talking to us. The show's just getting underway on Saturday, and we've got some great TV toys here. Look at the Star Trek stuff. Woo-hoo! We've got a USS Enterprise. We've got a little wharf going on. Vulcan shuttle. Cool. Got all kinds of stuff. Oh, and then look at this Batman. This looks like a piggy bank, but it's not a piggy. $23 for that. The Adam West Batman from the original 60s series. We've also got Harley Quinn from Batman, the animated series. Another bank. Very cool. Got Planet of the Apes. Oh my word. I love the Planet of the Apes. Look at that. Those are by Real Toys. Evidently, Planet of the Apes was a TV series for a while, in addition to a movie franchise. Very cool. Doctor Who Yahtzee. Wow. Doesn't that sound good? So tell me of the different TV toys that you have here. And I'm sorry, I'm Billy Ray. I'm doing a feature on the different toys that I see at the show related to TV shows, especially classic TV shows. So with your Star Trek stuff here, what sells the best in the Star Trek toys?
Well, I carry the ships because they seem to sell the best. Or anything with Spock and Kirk, that sells good.
Cool.
You know, most of the other characters sell, but not as good as the iconic guys, really.
Okay.
You know? So, and it's all, the reason we carry so much is because, it's all a crapshoot. You never know what's going to sell and what's not, you know. Plus, I like everything, so we kind of carry a little bit of everything. But I'm more into sci-fi and horror and stuff, so you know, I tend to kind of buy what I know.
Yeah.
I don't carry really Transformers or G.I. Joe and stuff because they just too many characters for me to know, and I didn't grow up with it. You know, most of this stuff I grew up with, and I'm a fan of it, so it's easier to sell it.
That makes perfect sense.
It's easier to push it,
Yeah. What about the Batman 66 figures I see down there? Those are relatively new. How do those do?
Pretty good. We sell them in sets because you tend to get stuck with an occasional toy forever, and the more you carry it around, it gets a little more beat up each time you carry it around, so we try to move them as sets. Like the ones on the floor there, the reaction toys with the Wolfman on the front.
Yeah.
Those are cardboard, so those tend to get beat up a little quicker than the plastic stuff. So you got to be careful. You know, we do this somewhere kind of every weekend around the Detroit area here.
Oh, so you are local.
So yeah.
And I'm
11
sorry,
Mile
what's
and
your name?
75. Jeff Ryder.
Jeff.
I used to have Ryder Hobbies in Royal Oak for 25 years.
Okay, and do you have a website?
No, just an eBay store.
An eBay store.
An
Okay,
eBay
so what's
store,
the eBay name? The store name?
eBay/Ryder Hobbies.
Okay, we will look for it.
Yeah,
well,
most of the stuff in there is sports, though. We do sports card shows and all
So
that.
not much Star Trek or anything else, huh?
Little bits and pieces.
Okay.
But just get a hold of us and we can help everybody out. You know,
Okay. Well, thanks for talking to us, and have a good show.
Okay.
We've got an Incredible Hulk. That's a stretch Hulk. And this one I'm thinking must be kind of rare. Wow, look at that. That's a nice toy. And we got all kinds of Star Wars stuff too. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And look at the Tom and Jerry. Wow, that's something different. Tom and Jerry. Fully posable, collectible, dynamic duo smash hit on Broadway. Okay. Got some superhero action, more Star Wars. Some Batman, the animated series. Some Robin and Catwoman. There's the Joker. And look at this. From the Super Friends, one season of the Super Friends. This is from the Superpowers collection by Kenner. And this one I'm thinking is a rare one too. Superman figure. We're reaching back into the 60s now with the Twilight Zone. And what do we have here? Shatner in his episodes of the Twilight Zone. He is appearing at the show, so you can get this one and have it signed. Love that. Also got some Walking Dead going on. Ooh, yummy. It's Daryl. A Star Trek storybook record. Oh my gosh, I remember these. 33 1/3 RPM. And you can play them on your little record player. Isn't that wonderful? Wow, that takes you back right there. Okay, I am here with
Bob Bonk.
Okay, and what's the name of your company, Bob?
We don't have a company. It's just something we do for fun.
Okay, how many shows like this do you do a year?
Probably about half a dozen.
Okay. Let's see, some of this classic. Oh my gosh, you've got a Galileo 7. I love
do.
That. What's the best seller of some of the Star Trek stuff?
You know, I don't carry a lot of Star Trek stuff. Usually the action figures are the best sellers. We don't have anything right now, but that's my best seller Star Trek wise.
Woo! Don't see that very often. Board game and a card game for the Addams family. That is so fun. So how excited do you get when you discover some piece out there that you didn't know existed?
Pretty excited. We've got a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of time to go and find things. So when we find something that we've never seen before, we're pretty excited.
Yeah, what were your favorite TV shows?
I was a big Batman fan. Hanna-Barbera cartoons, which is the Addams Family. That was actually a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. These are from the 60s, and there were probably 40 or 50 different books that were done for TV shows.
Wow. And I see Battlestar Galactica.
Yep, that was one of my favorites, Lost in Space, when I was young.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And Evel Knievel. I was just talking to a gentleman at another booth because he had the newer repros of the Evel Knievel.
Right.
But this is what my cousin had when we were kids. He
Yep.
had actually the one in the white outfit. That's what he had. How do those do? Do you find that people remember those?
They
from their
do,
childhood?
yes. There are certain ones that everybody wants, the one that came with the motorcycle.
Yes.
And that's You know, it used to be relatively easy to find, and now it's next to impossible to find.
Oh,
We don't. This is just for fun. It's just to make money so I can buy more stuff for myself.
So you have a collection at home.
I do.
That's much bigger than this.
Yes, yes. I collect James Bond toys, and it's massive.
All right. Well, thanks so much for talking
Sure.
to us today. So we've got some original Star Trek Migos. Very nice. We've got Captain Kirk, Spock, Uhura, and Dr. McCoy, Scotty, another Scotty. You just about got the whole set. So you said that it's just that they're separated from the bubbles, right? The bubbles are separated from the cards.
They're original.
Okay, cool. And the tricorder, very nice. How often do you see something like that come up?
Not very often on the box.
Yeah, and how much are you?
Especially these in the box.
Oh,
The
beautiful.
packages are just like insanely hard to find in the package.
Okay, so.
450.
Yeah. Okay, so the tricorder is also 150. Yeah, and the original box, just beautiful. But those communicators are nice. Yeah, and about what year did those come out while the show was on or after the show left the air?
They were after. They were 70s. 74 is when Mego did all the Star Trek stuff, so it was after the fact.
Okay. Wow. All right, and what's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew, and do you have a website?
Real Art. Realart.com.
Realart.com. Okay, we will check it out. Thank you very much. Some more Superpowers collection under the glass here. Lots of Super Friends action. So I keep seeing Evel Knievel everywhere I go. Why is there so much Evel Knievel stuff out today?
Popping out in people's collections, I guess.
I'm seeing the vintage and I'm seeing the repros too. Wow. Yeah, it looks like it. My cousin had the one with the white outfit. This one, this guy right here.
Belt too.
Oh.
The belt's missing.
Yeah, okay. And there was a motorcycle and a van, I know. Wow.
Rocket car and a dragster and
Okay, and the Lone Ranger is the mysterious prospector, you said?
right here, see?
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. And that's from the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oops.
Beautiful. And there's Starsky and Hutch.
Yep.
A Klingon. I think that's a new Klingon, though. That's like
No,
my Klingon.
these are all
That's a
vintage. Yeah.
Oh, that is such good condition. Really? Because I have that one. I have the new one at home. And look at this. This is beautiful. I have never seen Oscar's desk.
Yeah, it's got
Wow.
a film strip.
Okay. Oh.
It has a light that you can project, but it's broken, so
Okay. That's obscure. You don't come across that
no,
very
not at all.
often, do you?
Pretty rare.
Wow. And I see up on the shelf you've got the Oscar in the box.
Yep.
The Oscar with the exploding briefcase, right?
Yep.
Nice.
And then Bionic Transport and Repair Station, the Bionic Mission Vehicle, Mission to Mars outfit.
And how do
Baby Groot.
how do the Bionic toys sell for you?
That is cool.
They sell pretty well because there's a lot of nostalgia there. A lot of the toy collectors remember that they had one as a kid. The show was very popular, and last year when they had Richard Anderson, Lee Majors, and Lindsay Wagner here,
Yes.
I couldn't keep stuff in stock. People were buying it up, and
And having them sign
yeah.
it. Wow, nice. Okay, well thank you for talking to me. We've got some Elf Puffy stick-ons. Nice. Also got Star Trek Cup. Spider-Man. Superman. And look at that share doll. $60 has never been opened, the gentleman told me just now. There's a Roadrunner jigsaw puzzle, Casper the Friendly Ghost, and Donny Osmond. episode of Terrific TV Toys.